about the law of attraction. People ask me how to use it for specific areas. If they want to make more money, have a better career, have better relationships, get healthier, have more happiness, and so on. So if there's a specific area you want me to talk about, let me know. So you have an ex that you can't seem to let go of. Why is that? It could be any one of a number of things. So it could be one, there might be some more work that you and that ex need to do together. Two, no, great. It's a great question. Two, it might be that you have something going on in your subconscious that's making you still attracted to this ex. For instance, that ex might have been fulfilling some need that currently isn't being met. Third, sometimes people, when they came from a lot of abuse or negativity, they often attract a partner who was like that. I'm not saying that's the case with you. I'm just throwing out guesses because I haven't met you and I haven't met your ex. Do you want to get over your ex or do you want to get back together with your ex? Let me know, because depending on what you say, I'll give a more concrete answer. By the way, if you want, I'll start with getting over your ex. If you want to get over your ex, an easy way to do this. Hey, Kathy, good to have you here. We're discussing relationships right now. So if you, and by the way, for those of you just tuning in, if you have any questions or anything you want me to talk about today, just feel free to ask and I'm happy to help out. In regards to getting over an ex, an easy way to do it is relax your body and then relax your mind by counting down from 30 to 1 or 50 to 1. And then bring your ex up into your mind and then start to distort your ex's face. For instance, look at your ex's nose and make it a clown nose. Take your ex's hair and make it really messed up. Make your ex's teeth really screwed up. Make your ex's breath appear really smelly and stinky. What this will do is on a subconscious level, it'll change how you perceive your ex and you won't want to interact with that person anymore. It's a powerful exercise if you want to get over somebody. If you want to get back together with your ex, start seeing you and your ex getting along. Relax your body, relax your mind, and then start seeing yourself together with your ex and feel as if it's taking place, and you'll put forth a powerful vibration. Either you'll attract your ex back into your life or you'll attract somebody that matches up with the positive feelings you're putting out, and either way it's a win-win for you. So you can try that out. In terms of why you can't get over your ex, that, by the way, is a good question to ask yourself when you're in meditation. Relax your body, relax your mind, doing the 30 to 1 method or the 50 to 1 method, and then say, what is it about my ex I need to learn, or why can't I get over this my ex? And then see, what answer comes up from that innate intelligence within you. It'll give you the correct answer. And then if there's anything, the subconscious. Oh, you're welcome. The subconscious is absolutely amazing. It's infinitely intelligent and infinitely powerful, and it's everywhere. So you have, thank you for the gift. So you have, thank you. I appreciate that. Hey, I'm getting really gifted today. So thank you. I appreciate that. So you have this power within you that's everywhere, that knows everything, and it's all powerful. So tap into it. Put into it whatever it is that you want. See your relationship with your ex going great if you want to get back together with him or her. And then see your life the way you would like it to as well. One of the best things that you can do is start tapping into your subconscious, showing it positive images of what it is you want, and watch your life begin to transform. I say this a lot. You can be the brokest, sickest person out there, but if you start showing your subconscious images every day of you winning, of you succeeding, of you being happy and healthy, your life is going to transform and things are going to improve for you tremendously. It's an easy way to get yourself on the right track. I'm thinking right now about ways to impress your subconscious. 1, make a vision board. 87% of all the impressions you get come by way of sight. So start showing yourself what it is you want. 2, I actually have on my phone a number of images that I save that I show myself every day, and I see and feel it as if that's taking place now in my life. I see the end result. If it's a woman I want to be with, a house I want, a promotion, whatever it is. And then lastly, I always do affirmations every day in the morning and at night. And then I don't know if any of you do this, but I highly recommend it. I have voice recordings on my phone for the morning and for at night that I listen to early in the day and before I go to sleep. And I just let it play even if I fall asleep while listening to it. so that my subconscious is constantly being bombarded or impressed with these positive ideas. I heard Brian Tracy one day say, he said, if you don't make a conscious effort to put positive things into your subconscious, then it's going to go back to whatever its default state of being. And for some people that might be good, but for a lot of people, their default state of being is one of fear, worry, doubt, negativity. So don't be like that. Take a conscious approach to your mental health. Take a conscious approach to your physical health as well, because that makes it easier for your mental health to be good. For those of you who are just joining, today is going to be a freestyle. Normally I discuss the law of attraction. I usually have a set topic in mind, and I discuss it for about an hour or two. Today I want to answer any questions that you might have, work on any areas you need help with. I want to really assist you in your growth. So if you have any questions, or if there's an area you want me to discuss, it could be money, relationships, there's nothing that's off topic, feel free to ask, because I want to support you in living a real superstar, successful life. And even if you feel that your question doesn't matter, it does matter. It's going to help you, you're going to have an impact on people. It's going to help me become a better teacher, and it's going to help all the people who watch this later on YouTube or who listen to my podcast later on. So ask away. Your question is going to help somebody else get their question answered. And if there are no questions, then I'll pick a topic and I'll start freestyling, and then from there questions will start arising. By the way, I have in my hands Esther Hicks Money and the Law of Attraction cards. I like these cards because they're just gentle reminders of how you can start looking at things differently, and they just gradually adjust your vibrational viewpoint. Do we think emotions are contagious like we're all conductors? Absolutely. So let me get into this. So she asked, hello, Mandy. You asked, do I think emotions are contagious like we're all conductors? Absolutely. So within your brain cells, I say this night after night, by the way, so if some of you have heard this, I'm going to say it again, but it's important to know. Within your brain cells, within your brain are millions of brain cells. Within your brain cells are millions or maybe even billions of electrons. When you start thinking thoughts, it starts causing brain cells to begin vibrating, and those brain cells create your electromagnetic field, and they actually affect people. Those electrons go out and land on people who bring to you what it is you want. Now, the more emotion something has, the more those brain cells begin to vibrate abnormally, and the greater your amplitude is, that's called your amplitude, and the faster you'll attract to yourself what it is you want. So it's important to stay in vibrations of faith, love, joy, peace, harmony. Now, do emotions, are they contagious? I'm thinking right now of, if you've ever seen people, how they act in a mob mentality, they might do things that they wouldn't normally do if they were just by themselves. All that accumulated energy causes them to just totally misbehave usually and do things they wouldn't normally do. They have all these people vibrating in anger or fear if it's a negative situation, unless it's some type of peaceful event. And excuse me. And it can cause people to take really dramatic actions they wouldn't normally take. So be aware if you're in a group and how that group is acting. And if it doesn't match up with what you want, then remove yourself from that group so that you'll be safe, so your consciousness won't be affected. Very good question. And we are all conductors. Absolutely. Negativity spreads and positivity spreads. And excuse me, a positive thought is something. There's a book, Power versus Force by David Hawkins. I'll tell you. Oh yeah, that's a good question. I'll answer that in 1 second. So there's a great book, Power versus Force by David Hawkins, and he talks about how one positive thought outweighs the negative effects of something like hundreds or maybe even around hundreds of negative thoughts. And if you spend a few minutes thinking positive thoughts, it can counterbalance the negative effects of something like thousands of negative thoughts. So if you spend just a few minutes in gratitude every day, it can essentially counterbalance your whole entire day. Now, there was a point I wanted. Oh yeah, I'm thinking right now of the Maharishi effect. The Maharishi effect is where you take the square root of 1% of a population and you have them meditate, and it's been shown to cause crime to drop in that area, prosperity to increase. It has a really positive effect on people and things. Now, why is this important to you? Let's say you have a household of 10 people. I don't know what the square root of 1% is, but just one person enough meditating can put forth enough energy to shift things in that household. Let me see. Okay. Why do I think people conform so... Oh, great question, by the way, Mandy. Why do you think people conform so easily, even if it's not best for them? My answer is a fewfold. One, a lot of people are scared to speak their mind. They're afraid of how people are going to react, so they unfortunately play it safe. And then two, I'd say everybody creates their own reality. So on some level, that person doesn't feel worthy or good enough to speak up and say their truth. And as a result, they're letting somebody decide for them. Third, if you start to understand how suggestion works, how you can impress your own mind with ideas, you'll be really aware of what ideas people give to you. And anything that's not positive and logical, don't accept it. If it doesn't sound and feel good to you, then don't accept it. Just return it without a moment's notice, or return good for that person's negativity. So, for instance, if somebody says, I'll give you an example. Someone says, "Hey, Tony, you don't look good today." I'll say, "Oh, really? I feel like I look great." So I reinforce my own positivity, and I'll say, "And you look really good." And so I just reinforce their positivity instead of accepting their negative ideas. Give me 1 second. Let me put my phone on Do Not Disturb because I have texts coming in. And then, by the way, I wanted to go back to just positivity spread. Spend a day just in love, just feeling the love vibration throughout the day, and send love to every person that you meet and watch it affect them. Your energy will start to shift and transform things. I remember I was at this meditation garden one day, and I sat down to meditate, and I was in this super good state, and I could see this good energy coming from me. I could literally see it. And I remember thinking, these people are in for a treat today. My cousin was with me, and I started meditating. And after I finished, I opened my eyes, and this woman sitting across from me opened her eyes, and she came over to me and she said, "That was so beautiful." And she gave me this big hug, and then she went on her way. And my cousin was totally confused. He was dumbfounded. He's like, "Why did she just hug you?" And I said, "She gets it." And she understood this principle. Energy, thoughts are things, energy is real. And she picked up on the vibration I was putting forth. So try it out. Go and experiment. Or you can, by the way, if you guys all want to try something fun, let's say you have 5 friends. I do these kind of experiments with my friends, so my friends love me for it. So if there's 5 of us, I'll tell 4 of us to pick one friend, and for 1 week, we'll just bless that friend. We'll all pray for that friend, on our own, or we'll all visualize that friend saying how successful he or she is, and we'll congratulate him in our mind, and we'll just bless that friend over and over. And then without telling that friend, we don't tell that friend that we're doing anything to him or her until the week is over. And then we ask him, "How was your week?" And then the friend always ends up having these amazing stories. All this good stuff happened to me. This happened, and this happened, and this happened. It's a fun exercise to do, and will really show you that thoughts are things, that the law of attraction is real, that you can shift people's consciousness and what they attract into their life by putting forth positivity to them. It's a real fun exercise, so try it out. Now, the reason I mentioned that we don't tell them when we're doing it is we don't want them to start giving themselves negative suggestions. Like, "Oh, that's not going to work. It's not going to affect me." But I want it to be totally unconscious on their part. I want to send them these thoughts, and they take positive actions as a result, and they attract more good to themselves because their vibration is higher, their wavelength is higher, and then we tell them afterwards, "Oh, we were doing this for you." And then let me see. I see questions coming in, which are great. Please feel free to ask. We need a worldwide gratitude hour. Could you imagine the positive effects if the world would stop every day and just meditate? By the way, I don't know what is going on with this screen. It's making me a super angelic and soft-faced Tony for some reason. But could you imagine the positive effects if everybody, the whole world stopped for an hour and everybody meditated every day? The consciousness of humanity would change so drastically. It would be absolutely incredible. There's a city, I don't remember the name of it. I watched some movie on it once. I believe it's somewhere in the Midwest or on the East Coast, where they actually have a meditation center. It's not a city, a town. And they all stop at the end of every day and get together and meditate there, which I think is great. If somebody knows which town that is, please let me know, because it's a very cool story. There's a great movie on it, and I'll end up making a TikTok video for you. I'll probably make that anyways. Give me 1 second. Let me just write it down and I'll put it up. I'll go Google it and put it up. Shoot. I don't know where my pen is, but whatever. Okay. And then let me see. For those of you who are just joining, feel free to ask whatever you like. We're just freestyling today and talking about a wide range of subjects. But people are hesitant to love. A lot of people are hesitant to love because they've experienced so much negativity that they're worried that if they start being loving, they're going to be hurt more. And those people, some of them want the most love. Those people who are acting the most outlandish, but they're just too afraid. It reminds me of that Buddha quote that there's strength in weakness and weakness in strength. So it takes a lot of strength to put yourself out there. The word I'm looking for, to expose yourself, so to speak. But that's the only way you can grow and you can get what it is you want. Awesome. Find your pen. Yeah, let me find it. Give me 1 second. And then I'm going to... Here it is. So I have all these books here. You can't see them, but I have like 14 books here that I'm reading that I go through regularly. Well, not all of them. There's one stack of books that I go through regularly that are the basis for a lot of the stuff I talk about. And then another stack of books that are all new that I go through, that I spend my time on to see what's good and what's not. And then whatever's good, I give you the meat and potatoes of it in the form of my videos and content. And then whatever's not, I just toss aside. So I'm reading all this stuff right now. So I'll do a video about that town. And then if anyone has any questions... If anyone has any questions, just feel free to ask. Yeah, so this is my vision board behind me. I'm a big fan, a big proponent of vision boards. You want to show yourself images of what it is you want, and you want to see yourself also succeeding every day. Show yourself images of what you want, and show yourself images of you winning and being successful. What's my favorite book? It varies. I'll give you a few of them. So right now for Mrs. Chiquita, we're talking about my favorite book, but we've been jumping around subjects. We're going to talk about law of attraction, self-improvement. Stick around, you're going to learn a lot. You'll get a lot from this. What's my favorite book? My favorite book is probably the Silva Method. If I had to pick just one book, I'll give you my probably top 5 books briefly. I love the Silva Method. The Silva Method is a form of active meditation that shows you how to implant ideas into your subconscious. Your subconscious is infinitely powerful. It controls things such as your beliefs, your habits, and your bodily functions. And it's also infinitely powerful. So it's omnipresent, omnipotent, and omniactive. So it's everywhere present, all-knowing, all-powerful. So you want to implant into it what ideas of a positive nature. It's infinitely powerful, infinitely intelligent, and it's everywhere. So I want to make sure I said that right. No, not Anderson Silva. Anderson Silva is a UFC fighter who I'm a huge fan of. The Silva Method by Jose Silva. If you click, by the way, for those of you who want it, click the link in my bio, and then it will go to my link tree, and it says my top books and my top recommended books. It's I think the very first one that comes up. Now, another reason I like this book is, let's say something happened to you when you were in 3rd grade that you're not quite clear on it, but it's in your subconscious operating. Omnipotent, omnipresent, omniscient. That's what it was. Thank you. I had it on the tip of my tongue and I couldn't remember it. So let's say something happened to you when you were in 3rd grade and you don't remember exactly what it is, but prior to you being in 3rd grade, you were super confident, then you went into 3rd grade and suddenly your self-esteem dropped. Now, consciously, you might not remember what it is, but you can use the Silva Method to relax your mind. Your subconscious is the ultimate supercomputer. It remembers everything. And so you can use the Silva Method to relax your mind and bring up from your subconscious to your conscious mind whatever that negative experience was. You'll be able to recall it, and then you can replace it with something healthy and constructive, a new positive image, and it'll change your subconscious, it'll change your confidence, it'll change who you are and how you go through life, it's incredibly powerful. So that would probably be my favorite book. And there's, by the way, at the end of the book, a number of studies that researchers did from a number of colleges showing the efficacy of the Silva Method. So for $10.95, you're getting all of Jose Silva, or a big portion of Jose Silva's work, and it'll tremendously improve your life. I love the book and I recommend it. So I love that. I love The Success Principles by Jack Canfield. Jack Canfield is the author of the Chicken Soup for the Soul books. That's how I used to get through depression. So probably, absolutely, yep, you got it. If you're depressed, for you to be depressed, do you guys want me to talk about? I'm going to talk about that second. I'll talk about the books, and I'll give you some tips on how to overcome depression. So, the Silva Method, The Success Principles by Jack Canfield. That book is it's a nice A to Z walkthrough. It's 63 chapters. Each chapter is maybe 6 pages. And we're going to make this journey, Mrs. Chiquita, totally fine for you. Oh, yes. Yep. I'll get to that too. I have a lot to say about that. So, the Success Principles, Jack used to say over 90% of people who would read this book will double their income and double their time off within 2 years or less. The first time I read the book, that ended up happening. So it helps you get clear on your goals. It talks about the law of attraction. It talks about vision boards. It's just a nice A to Z gentle read for you to create the life that you want for yourself. So I like that book. I like one of my favorite books. It's in probably my top 3. It's my top 5 for sure. Do I have it right here? You can just click the link. That last book I mentioned was The Success Principles. All these books, by the way, if you click my link tree, and it'll say my top recommended books. They're all in there. So my third one is ML Quiz Self-Mastery Through Conscious Auto-Suggestion. So ML Quiz Self-Mastery Through Conscious Auto-Suggestion. I absolutely love this book. ML Quiz is he's all about taking control of your mind. So he was a French I guess he's a French psychologist now, but originally he was a pharmacist. And when he would give people their medicine, this is what I heard. I was told this story. I need to verify it. So take this part on faith, and then the rest I've actually read from his book. I was told that when he would actually give people their medicine, he would put on it some type of positive affirmation when he would give it to them. And then he started wondering, is it the medicine or is it what he's writing down for them that's actually helping people? And then he just started practicing without any medicine and giving people positive ideas that they're getting well, that they're getting healthier, that their mind is creating health in their bodies. And people would heal from all kinds of ailments, all kinds. Somebody has a walking disability. He would start telling them about how their subconscious being infinitely intelligent and it being infinitely powerful and it controlling their bodies is now creating perfect health in their bodies. So I love his book. He's the guy who coined the term every day in every way. I'm getting better and better. And he also has another affirmation. It is easy and I can. If you're going to be undertaking any task, I'm a huge fan of his work. If you type in on YouTube, Tony Namey MLQ, I actually have a recording that's great for your health and for your confidence. And also if you're suffering from depression or anger, any type of negative mental state, listen to that affirmation every day, that affirmation track, and it'll really start to shift things for you. It'll transform your mental state and you'll start to feel much better. Let me just take off my jacket because it is getting hot because I am talking now. So, MLQ, another book that I really like is, oh my God, I can see it, Viktor Frankl's Man's Search for Meaning. So the first half is his story. The second half, he gets into his philosophy on life. And I just think it's very, very, very powerful. So I like that book as well. And absolutely. I'm going to go through each comment and then I'm going to elaborate on them. Yeah. So if you're depressed, I'm going back to David's comment about depression. If you're depressed, for you to be depressed, you have to be doing certain things with your body and certain things with your mind. So first, a depressed person, how does a depressed person stand? They don't stand how I stand. A depressed person stands slouched over, looking down, shoulders hunched, breathing shallow. So the first thing, if you're depressed, use your body. Stick your chest out and look up. and smile. Smile. When you smile, it pumps endorphins into your system and lets your body know everything is good. There was a study done at UCLA where they took 20 people. They had them look in the mirror, stand chest out, look up, smile big, and just look at themselves for 20 minutes a day. And they did this for, I believe, 2.5 weeks. At the end of the study, they took all of the people and they asked them who was still suffering from depression, and none of the people said that they were suffering from depression anymore. Just the simple act of looking up and smiling made them feel so good that their depression lifted. There was a study done at Harvard on power poses. If you take your hands and put them on your hips, Wonder Woman style, and just stand up like this and just look at yourself. You can even try it now. Put your hands on your hips, stick your chest out and look up and just breathe deep and continue to look up. And take another breath and just breathe into your body. And take one more deep, cleansing, powerful breath. That simple 30-second exercise will start to make your brain pump tonic, feel-good chemicals into you. If you do it for a minute or two, your brain will pump even more tonic, feel-good chemicals into your body, and you'll feel stronger and stronger. So try it out. Those are called power poses. So if you're depressed, first be aware of what you're doing with your physiology. Second, for you to be depressed, you have to be focusing on something of a negative nature. So shift your focus. Either focus on whatever it is that brings you joy. You can go for a walk, pet your cat. Just get your mind off what feels bad, and then start to focus on what feels good. Go play some positive, uplifting music. Use your body, as I mentioned before. Go dance, something to get that energy flowing. Start to focus on what feels right. Show yourself images of a positive nature, of you winning. Start to bombard your consciousness with these images over and over so that your subconscious will say, oh, this is me now. I'm not depressed, I'm this. Until that starts to become your default state. And lastly, be aware of the language you use. For you to be depressed, you have to be saying certain things to yourself and in a certain tone of voice. So be aware of how you sound when you're depressed and how you sound when you're happy, and talk to yourself in a happy, optimistic voice. Stick your chest out, smile, or if you're even feeling super angry, I used to say things such as like, why is my life so good? Why am I so blessed? And then usually that breaks my anger state, but start to be aware of how you're interacting or how you act when you're depressed and how you act when you're happy, and strive to put forth a conscious effort when you're in that default negative state. So those three things, physiology, focus, and language, create what's called your state control. And when you master those three, you're essentially going to master your mind and master your emotions. And going back to your physiology, there's something called the James Lang theory that says, it was by a man named James Lang. He created the theory that said what you do with your body affects your mind. So when you stick your chest out, you look up, you smile big, it lets your body know that everything's good, that I feel good, that everything is okay. All this journey is new to me. Great. If this journey is new to you, that's awesome. It's going to be a fun ride. I'm going to teach you a lot of great stuff. Asking yourself if negative thoughts are useful really helps. Keep trucking. Absolutely. Yeah, ask yourself, does this thought help me? If it's not positive and logical, don't accept it, even if it comes from your own mind. By the way, a great thing that I do is I let affirmations just play in the background nonstop as I go about my day, or music that's of upbeat nature, and I let that affect me and put me in a constant good mood. I want my default state to be one of health, to be one of excellence, to be one of wellness, because from those states it's easy to take positive actions. So I play stuff night and day, and if there's ever a moment that I really feel down or stressed, I call one of my best friends, Greg. He's sometimes on these lives, and we do this thing where we right away relax the other one, and then we give that person a series of positive affirmations and then bring the friend out of it, so that we just planted all this positive stuff. It's as if we just reprogrammed the other person and then we send them out into the day. So if you have somebody that you have a good connection with and you feel down, tell them, hey, I'm really stressed about, let's say, health. And all they have to do is tell you, okay, do you agree to work with me? That creates the mental connection and opens up your subconscious. And then they'll tell you you're healthy, you're strong, your body is creating perfect health. Every day and every way you're becoming healthier and stronger. Your body, your subconscious is now responding to these words and creating perfect optimum health. It knows how to just best heal you, and it is healing you now. You are perfectly healthy, and so on. And we'll do this for a few minutes and then bring the other person out of it. Like, this session is now complete. 1, 2, 3, perfect health. And then that person will go on their day. But we never leave each other in a negative state. You don't want to live in negativity. You want to live in positivity. Positivity is your default state. That's what you want to be. It's your natural state to be joyful. There's nothing more important than you feeling good. Literally, your vibration affects so many people, and it's what attracts and creates your life. So feel good. Another thing that you can do is just read things every day of an inspirational nature. 10, 15 minutes a day. Feed your subconscious ideas that feel good, and watch yourself improve. All right. Let's see what's coming up. And feel free to ask any questions. I see a lot of stuff came in. I wish this was taught to me throughout school as well. I had to go learn all this stuff and spend thousands and thousands of dollars learning from all these weird gurus and all this stuff, and flying all over the United States. And I mean, it was a big headache. I wish somebody had just given it to me clearly early on, and I could have learned it and applied it. School can be whatever it is you want. Everything is a reflection of your consciousness, by the way. So if you're in school right now, grab a pen and paper and write out my school experience, and write out that it's fun, it's uplifting, you get what you need, your teachers love you. Even if the material is purely academic in nature, you can say that it has a positive effect on my life, and somehow your subconscious will align you with the right classes and the right material to improve you. I told my dad today that today I'm really sociable and always have. Oh, awesome. Good. People are surprised. It's often, by the way, the people who are smiling the most on the outside that have a lot of stuff on the inside that they're dealing with. For instance, Robin Williams. He appeared to be this really happy person, and we all know what tragically happened to him. If you need help, please ask for it. There's nothing wrong with getting help. There's a negative stigma in this country about seeing a psychiatrist or a therapist, but we have what's the word I'm looking for? Physical trainers to get our bodies right. So go see somebody, an expert on the mind, to get your mind right. There's nothing wrong with that. And also make sure, I always recommend that you get yourself on some type of wellness routine for your body and your mind. Everyday exercise, or at least 4 to 5 times a week, and then every day put positive stuff into your mind, and then take positive actions in your life. Oh, okay, good. Stacy, I'm very glad to hear that. Antidepressants, there was a time I took antidepressants, and it made me feel way worse, and I said, I'm never taking that stuff again. I said, I'll deal with whatever my problems are, and I did, and I used them as food for growth. Whatever was coming to me that seemed to be making me depressed, I realized that this is something in my own consciousness I need to shift, and when I did that, that stuff disappeared. Oh, you're welcome. I'm glad. And then Olma Jenkins, he said, it's really sad. They understand everything we need to succeed, but keep us at a low vibration. Yeah, but remember, you're one with the infinite intelligence of the universe. You're one with source, and that supersedes everything else. So all your job is just to decide what it is you want, and to see it and feel it powerfully happening now. Imagine that it's taking place and feel the end result. And that's going to attract to you everything you need for its manifestation. That's the secret to manifesting. Neville Goddard, in his excellent book, The Feeling is the Secret, talks about this. So just see the end result of what it is you want, feel it, and let the infinite power of the divine take care of it for you. Right now, so thank you. Awesome. Cool. Too cute. Oh, that's awesome, David. Yeah, you always want to smile. Go through life confidently, courageously, optimistically. It's much better than going through life negatively. But get some clear, solid goals for yourself and start to work towards them and start to take actions. And by the way, show yourself an image of you every day smiling, feeling good, in shape, looking great. And see that and feel that and let your subconscious start to create that for you. Oh, I'm a big fan of breath work. I used to do Kundalini yoga. And so when you start doing a lot of breath work, it can really build up your energy and you'll feel absolutely amazing. Don't feed the negative wolf. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, good. All right. Yeah, you can and use your breakup too, unless it's gonna just make you feel negative thinking about it. Just use it. Ask yourself, what can I learn from that? What can I improve on? How can I grow? And just use it as an opportunity for growth and make yourself so awesome. Get in the best shape of your life. Improve your health. Improve your style, your clothing. I mean, just improve everything that you can so that when you meet your next partner, she'll be so amazed. She'll say, wow, this guy's perfect. And she won't see all the stuff that it took for you to be ready for her. But use this time to prepare to make yourself your best for that next person that's going to come. Hello, it's going great. And yes, this is super powerful stuff. So thank you. Who is this? Oh yeah, Oma. You said, the way we think is so crazy. The power of our energy and perception is amazing. Now, Esther Hicks says, have you guys all seen my video, 68 Seconds to Having Whatever It Is You Want? She says, when you hold a thought in your mind and focus on it and feel the feelings of it taking place, that's the equivalent of, if you hold it for just 17 seconds, she said, that's the equivalent of 2,000 hours of physical labor. That's the equivalent of one full work year. So feel the feelings of whatever it is you want. If you hold it for another 17 seconds, it's 20,000 hours of actual physical labor. And it keeps going on until it becomes, I believe it's 2 million hours of actual physical labor at the 68 second point. So just see and feel what it is you want. Stay in that good vibrations for 68 seconds. A minute and a half at most. And you're putting forth such a powerful energy that things are going to shift for you. Love that. A phone call away. Absolutely. We never leave each other in a negative state. By the way, if you're ever in a negative state, just go on my YouTube channel. I have a bunch of affirmations for you. I have a number of meditations. I have a daily prayer blessing. I have gratitude meditations. Go on there and I listen to my own stuff. I take a bunch of my talks and I have them in a category called daily recordings on my phone, and I just play them every morning, and I let that put me in a good state of mind. And do the same. Go look at all the affirmation tracks that I have and save a few of them on your phone, and then just start to play them every day and let that feed your subconscious with positive ideas about who you are and what's going to take place in your life, and things will begin to shift for you. Oh, excuse me, I clicked on the wrong thing. Let me see, I'm reading some of these comments. You said mantras. I'll give you some good mantras that I like, or good affirmations. From the Master Key System, he says the best one you can say is, I am whole, perfect, powerful, strong, loving, harmonious, and happy. I'll say it again. I am whole, perfect, strong, powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. He said that one, when times are good, say it, you'll attract more good. When times are seeming to be bad or seemingly bad, say it and it'll put you back into a good state of mind. Another one that I like, this is from Dr. Fleet, who's one of my favorite teachers. He says, I am well, strong, and full of courage. I'll say it again. I am well, strong, and full of courage. You want to be strong, you want to be well, you want to be full of courage and strength. So use that one. I am well, strong, and full of courage. I also say every day to myself, every day in every way, I'm getting better and better. That's a great one. And I am a genius and I apply my wisdom now. That's one of my favorite ones. That would have been nice. I'm not sure what you mean. Absolutely. By healing ourselves, we heal others and attract better energies. Everybody's a reflection of you. So as you start to shift things within yourself, the people in your life are going to shift. And if they don't, they're not going to be in your life anymore. Yes. And by the way, if somebody... So, Mrs. Chiquita, you said, you're done with negativity and now I work with all positivity. So you have negativity, positivity, hate, love, anger, patience. This is the law of polarity. Everything has its identical opposite. So if anybody ever brings you anything that's super seemingly negative, just realize that within that negative event, there's that much potential for positivity. So I'm thinking of the story right now of Napoleon Hill. he had one of his children who was born without ears. And when his child was born, his wife was freaking out. And the first thing that Napoleon Hill thought was, what is the benefit in this? One of the things he would regularly tell himself is, within every negative event is the seed of an equal or greater, within every negative event is the seed of an equal or greater benefit. So right away he asked himself, what is the benefit in this? And what it turned out to be is his son, who obviously had hearing problems. He was one of the first people back in the day to try out hearing aids. And he went around the United States and helped popularize them and ended up making a huge fortune for himself. And out of that huge negative event, an amazing amount of good took place for him and all these people, because he didn't stay in that negativity. He went and used what was seemingly negative and turned it into something positive. Is there a... okay, good. I'm glad to hear that, David. If you ever need anything, let me know. I got your back. I agree with you, Oma. All that stuff is a temporary fix. I don't want to knock it because I'm talking about antidepressants right now. I don't want to knock it because there's some people that are so close to the edge that they need that. But at a certain point, you have to address whatever it is that's causing you to take all this stuff. For instance, I know people that smoke endless amounts of weed. They're just... what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know what's going on today. I don't want to say dumbing themselves down. They're numbing themselves essentially because there's stuff in their subconscious or issues they don't want to address. And I'm not knocking marijuana. I'm just knocking, if you're getting so high every day that it's affecting your life, ask yourself, what is it that I don't want to look at? And for them, I feel like they need to do some honest introspection and see what's going on and address the root causes of their hurts so they don't have to medicate themselves every night. I agree. David, you said everyone, no matter who they are, should surround themselves with positivity and love. When you pick your friends, pick people that are the positive type, people that are optimistic, people that see life, the cup as half full. Because when you're in a negative state and you call those people, they'll swing you back into the high rhythm easily. If you pick losers, they're going to say, oh yeah, the life is tough, blah, blah, blah. Don't spend your time with those type of people. Spend your time with winners, people who talk about how much opportunity there is, how things are going great, how much good is going to take place. You want to and if you don't have access to those type of people, at least watch videos of them on YouTube, read their books, absorb their consciousness until you do have access to those types of people. Thank you for your amazing energy. Oh yeah, you're welcome. This is what I do. This is what I love to do. So I'm glad. And I thank you all for being here. I'm really grateful. And then I'm just reading through some of the comments. And feel free to ask any questions as they come up. Okay, let me see. Give me one moment. I just missed a bunch of comments, so I want to make sure I didn't miss anything. Awesome. Okay, cool. About better. Yeah, I think you meant bettering yourself. Yeah, yep, that's what you meant. You want to better yourself. People talk about being selfish, but I want you to be selfish in a loving way. I want you to focus on what's right for you, what's best for you. And all of us have an emotional guidance system that lets us know what feels right and what doesn't. So I want you to focus on what feels right for you. Love yourself, nourish yourself, feed your inner child, go do fun things for yourself, be kind to yourself, and watch your life improve. Life is meant to be fun. It's not this thing that we just have to get through and then one day it's over and you're like, oh, thank God I'm done with that. Don't let it be like that. Let every day be a blessing. Right now I'm just focused on work, but when I lived in LA, I used to wake up every day super excited now for my work. But when I lived in LA, every day to me there was an adventure. Like, what good thing is going to happen today? And something inevitably good would end up happening. So start to look for the good in life. Ask yourself questions like, what good thing is going to happen to me today? How does my life get better than this? What good thing is in store next? As you ask these questions, your subconscious will go to work to find answers for you. So Stacy, you said not putting so many expectations on yourself when it comes to healing. You're awesome. I wouldn't even put any expectations on myself when it comes to healing. I would just show myself the image of myself as perfectly healthy, perfectly well, and see it and feel into that and feel it every day. And I'd see it in the third person, then I'd see it in the first person, and let the universe decide on the how. So many people think that there's something wrong with them and they're this person that needs to be fixed, and they keep looking for stuff over and over trying to fix them. Forget all that. Start to see yourself as perfect, as this perfect emanation of the divine, and let that idea begin to express itself in your life. And then it's important to remember that goals aren't gates, meant to be reached, not too hard. Whether it's hard or it's easy, but just my main thing is go after whatever it is you want. So many people, whether it's fear of ridicule or fear of criticism, whatever it is, they're worried about going after their goals. Go for what you want. Things happen when you get into motion. You can change so many lives. When I started doing TikToks, at first I thought, man, people are going to make fun of me. I'm talking about all this weird stuff, blah, blah, blah. All these cares and considerations came up. And then I said, you know what? Who cares? I said, I have a mission to do. There's people that I want to help. There's people that need my message. And that overshadows any of the criticism, ridicule, or anything else. So I just started putting out stuff. And at first, I had, a couple hundred people watch it. And I was like, great. If I can get a couple hundred people, I'll get a couple thousand people. And it just grew and grew and grew from there. So start where you are and just jump on it. It's hard, but better than just saying it is what it is. Absolutely. Some people are just like, oh, that's life. Life is whatever. No, it's not. Life is what you make of it. If you're on this live, I want you to start thinking of yourself as a conscious manifester. I want you to take a conscious approach to life. Life for you is going to be lived inside out. Show yourself every day images of you succeeding in your health and your wealth and your career and your relationships and your overall happiness. Show yourself these images, see them and feel them, and watch life transform for you. Life wants you to win. It wants you to succeed. Right now, the innate intelligence within you is healing your body. It's digesting your food. It's doing so much. It's trying to keep you at optimum health. It wants you to win. So start showing it images of you winning and you succeeding, and it'll go to work on those just the same way it's going to work on your body right now. Yes, you are well, strong, and full of courage. Absolutely. When setting goals, an easy thing to do, by the way, if you have a huge goal, just chunk it down. Make it so small, baby steps. Daily tasks that every day you reach, and that'll build your confidence. It'll make your goals seem as if they're taking place, so it'll build up your enthusiasm for it, and then you'll want to take action every day. All this stuff, my online course, my TikTok, all this stuff, at first I was like, oh my God, I was going to be overwhelmed with it. And I said, you know what? Just make it fun. Make it this fun process. Schedule it, chunk it down, make it all these small tasks, and don't get overwhelmed with it, and let it take however long it takes. I have clear goals and that I'm working towards, and I'm seeing good results and progress with them. But in the meantime, don't stress yourself out. If you don't know how to get to your goal, you'll feel just as lost. That could happen. However, that's when it's time to get a mentor or start reading books by people who have already accomplished your goals. Any goal that you want to achieve, just about, somebody has already achieved it and they've written a goal on how to achieve it. So go and do some, just type in a quick Google search, how to eat healthy, books, how to get into shape, books, how to meet women or men, books, whatever it is, how to, do public speaking, book. There's a book about everything now. Thank you. You're welcome. Absolutely. You said, I think with goals, seeing it through and persistence is incredibly important. So many people quit right now. I know myself. So when I start to get super mad or frustrated, that's when I know you're one step away from breaking through. So even when I was making my course, I started getting super frustrated at one point. And then I was like, you know what? That means you're right away about to break through to the next level and you have this complete. And I think it was like the next day or a couple days after everything came to fruition. Yep. But sticking to it, what did you say? But sticking to it, I'm just seeing what. Schedule, okay, we all know what we want and know how to get it, but sticking to it is most critical. A major thing if you want to accomplish your goals is relax your body, Relax your mind. By relaxing your mind, I say just count down from 30 to 1 or 50 to 1. The reason this is important is as you relax your mind, the trapdoor to your subconscious begins to open. 90% or more of what you do is subconscious. You go to this work the same way every day. You put your pants on the same way every day. You brush your teeth the same way every day. Most of what you do is subconscious. So once you relax your body, you relax your mind, your subconscious is open, start to show it images of your goals being complete. Your subconscious doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's false. If you start showing it images of your goals as complete, it'll say, this is real now. And by the way, I recommend doing this before going to sleep every night. And let your subconscious work on these images for the next 8 or 10 hours while you're sleeping, and watch the 2/3 of your life while you're awake be totally transformed by that 1/3 that of time you're asleep. That's awesome. I love hearing. Oh, okay. Oh, awesome. Okay, good. I'm glad that story reached you. You said reliant, David. I'm not sure what you meant. Definitely a difference between forcing and procrastination. Accountability is key. That's why I like working with a mentor, especially if you're paying the mentor, because one, you don't want to just burn money, and two, you want somebody who will hold you accountable. By the way, if those of you on this call, if you don't follow me, please do. I post motivational content such as this 1 to 3 times a day. So I want to see you live your best life. So please be sure to follow me. Yeah, set the goal too low and you won't feel accomplished. Set it too high and it's impossible. Yes. However, I'll leave a little side note to that. Sometimes you can do way more than you think. A lot of people aren't even really pushing themselves. So sometimes it's good to set high goals. Yeah, right? We got to turn into Stacy's. Thank you. Into Stacy's live. Thank you. Yes. No one has a level over anyone. Positive. Yes. We can all help each other. Absolutely. Yep. Okay, cool. I'm just reading some of the comments. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Yeah, I look at myself the same way. David said, I feel like it's a competition against myself. How I can kick yesterday's ass. The only person you're competing against in reality is yourself. In reality, you're not competing against anybody. But compare yourself to who you were before and just strive to get better and better. Tell yourself every day in every way, I'm getting better, better, and better. That's an all-inclusive affirmation. Emil Kui says, I love all-inclusive affirmations. Emil Kui said, when you say that affirmation, your subconscious knows how to make you better and better every day and in every way. And it can do so. It knows just how to improve every area of your life. So start to use that affirmation. Awesome. How do I find you on YouTube? Just type in Tony Namey, or go on YouTube and then just type in my first and last name, Tony Namey. And that's how you can find me. There's also a link in my bio to my YouTube channel. If you click my Linktree link, it'll say YouTube. I don't know many people and it sucks working on self but feeling lonely like I don't have a social life. Advice. So first, realize that just as you feel lonely, there's a lot of people who feel lonely and would love your friendship. So what I recommend doing, it might be difficult right now because of COVID. Before, what I used to recommend is I would ask myself, what are some hobbies I feel like doing? And then I would invite the people that I currently know that are on the periphery of my friends to those events. And usually, even if they didn't want to come, they would invite me to stuff back. And that would get the ball rolling in my social circle. That's one. Two, if you ever feel lonely, go volunteer. I need to do a video about it. Give me 1 second. Japanese. There's a Japanese form of therapy where they take people who feel depressed and they have them go volunteer. And it has an incredible rate of success for helping people overcome depression. So if you feel lonely, go volunteer your time. And you'll see that there's people who are worse off, and through the law of relativity, you'll actually feel better by comparing yourself to somebody worse. And you'll feel good because that energy that was being stagnant within you is being expressed in a healthy, constructive way. So going back to the hobbies thing, what I used to recommend is I would say pick some hobbies you like doing and then go and start to make friends with the people at those events. And then those people that you meet, you can invite them out to other stuff. A lot of my friends, for instance, I do Muay Thai. Muay Thai is kickboxing from Thailand. And a lot of my friends, like a large portion of my friends, I met through Muay Thai. We would be at the gym, we'd be talking about various stuff, and I would invite them. I'd say, hey, I'm going to go watch the fights. Do you guys want to go? And then some of them would say yes, some would say no. Those who said no usually would just invite me to do stuff back with them. Like, oh, I can't that day, but we're going to go here this day. Do you want to come? And that's how I met a large portion of my friends. The other way that I met a lot of my friends is I would just go to events of stuff I like, and I would talk to people, and inevitably you start, you see the same people all the time, and you start clicking with them, those people who have common interests, and you become friends. So I start ask yourself, what hobbies do I enjoy? And start doing those things, and you'll start meeting people at those events, and your social circle will expand. Now my social circle is gigantic, and I cannot spend time with everybody that I know. And I'm not saying that to brag, but the same thing will happen to you. And the key to having a lot of friends is being a good friend. If people know, the people in my life know that if they call me, I'll help them out with whatever it is, without judgment. I don't care what they call me about, what type of mess that they got themselves in. I've heard everything. I've heard everything under the sun. So if they call me with something, I'll help them out without judgment, and I want them to do their best. So do the same for people, help them out, assist them where you can, and they'll love you for it. Let me know if that answers your question, if that helps you out at all. Sundays are hard, but still worth it. Absolutely. Volunteer at an animal shelter by being depressed. Try being, I agree. It's going to be almost impossible. Get you a companion. That's a great point, such as a dog. I mean, dogs are filled with so much love. They're absolutely amazing. Or if you're a cat person, get a cat. Such good advice and tools. Awesome. Usually loving people around animals. So many good people here. Yeah, this is a good vibration. This is a good energy. So I'm glad you're all here. And I like the conversation. Let me know if you have any other questions or if there's anything else you want me to discuss. There's nothing that's off limits. We can talk about anything. I'll talk for maybe 5 or 10 more minutes. And then tonight I'll call it a little bit earlier tonight. Yesterday we spoke for about 2.5 hours. And so today is going to be a little bit easier. And there's nothing that's off limits. And if nobody has anything, I'll pick a topic and I'll start freestyling it in a moment. But usually questions start coming in. By the way, what are you all... Oh, yeah, let's see. Yeah, and that's what you want. By the way, if you don't have... I don't remember who it was that asked... Oh, thanks, Stacy. I don't remember who it was that asked about friends. But what I would recommend doing is get a pen and paper and write out my friend group, or my friends. And list out that they're positive, loyal, kind, trustworthy. You spend time with them, 2 to 3 days a week or however much you like. And write it out and then see it and feel it. So see yourself out with your friends. It could be bowling, it could be doing art, whatever it is. See that and feel that. And you're giving this positive image to your subconscious, and you're putting out this positive vibration, and you're going to attract friends that match up with it. That's how the law of attraction works. And try it out. That same process, by the way, works for anything that you want in your life. Write it out, list it, see it, feel it, and watch what shows up. Yeah, and writing is hugely impactful. One thing, by the way, if you guys all want a great exercise to overcome limiting beliefs, I was supposed to make this video. I forgot. I have a list of something like 200 topics to talk about. If you want a great exercise to overcome limiting beliefs, grab a pen and paper, and on one side write limiting beliefs. And then draw a line down the middle of the paper, and then on the other side write positive beliefs. And list all your limiting beliefs on one side. I hate myself, I don't like this, blah, blah, blah. And then on the other side, write its positive opposite. So if you said, I hate myself, you write, I love myself. If you say, I never have enough time, say, I have an abundance of time. And then what I want you to do is write out, what is all the pain I feel by having these limiting beliefs? And spend 5 minutes just writing out nonstop how much pain you've been feeling by having these negative beliefs. And then write out, what is all the pleasure I'll feel by adopting these? Oh, first, by the way, shake yourself off and say, what is all the pleasure I'll feel by adopting these positive beliefs? And write out nonstop for 5 minutes, all the increased health, the increased money, the increased joy. This is going to rewire your subconscious so that those old beliefs that were harmful and destructive are now associated with massive amounts of pain. So it's not going to want to think those anymore. or act on those, and it's going to associate massive amounts of pleasure to these new beliefs. And then every day read your new beliefs to yourself for at least 60 days and watch things transform in your consciousness and in your life. It's a real powerful exercise. It can be a real eye-opener for you. Oh, okay. I will get to that right now. Okay, Oma, here's a good affirmation for you, by the way. This is from the book. I was actually going to put up a video today about it, so perfect timing. This is from the book, The Power of Your Subconscious Mind by Joseph Murphy, this affirmation. He said, if you ever, let's say you feel out of place, you're not sure what to do for a job or a career, in your case, making friends. He said, say the following affirmation to you. All of you should write this affirmation down in case you ever need it in the future. And the affirmation is this. It says, the infinite intelligence of my subconscious mind reveals to me my true place in life. I'll say it again. The infinite intelligence of my subconscious mind reveals to me my true place in life. He said that will bring you clarity as to what to do, what job to choose, where to go. In your case, I would even take it further. My subconscious now brings me friends who are loyal, faithful, loving, and true. My subconscious now brings me friends who are loyal, faithful, loving, and true. We are connected now. And watch who shows up. Watch the new friends, the new opportunities, the new good that shows up in your life, and it'll totally astound you. So let me know if that helps. Tell me more about connecting with those who have passed. And one last thing, Oma, and then I'll get to you, Derpy Arm Baba. I'll get to you in 1 second. I would actually cut out a picture of a group of friends. Go on Google and type in friends and print out a picture and then put your picture on that picture. Cut out a picture of you, or you can do it all on your computer. Put your picture on that picture and see yourself every day surrounded with friends and see it and feel it. And that will send a powerful image to your subconscious, which is omniscient, omnipresent, and omnipotent, all-knowing, all-powerful, everywhere present, all active, and watch it transform things in your life. Now, you asked how to connect with those who have passed. So there's two ways to do it. There's two different schools of thought. Both depend upon relaxation. Relaxation is the key. So first you want to relax your body. Just lay down or sit in a comfortable chair and go through the different parts of your body, relaxing everything. Then count down from 30 to 1 or 50 to 1, telling yourself you're becoming more relaxed with every number that you count. This will start to open up the trapdoor to your subconscious, and then from there you can do one of two things. First, you could bring to your mind's eye the person who has passed away, and your subconscious, there is no time or space to your subconscious, so it can connect you with anybody. So bring this person into your mind's eye, and then put your hands over your heart and just send love from you to that person. And then mentally tell that person whatever it is you'd like to say. And then see that person telling you whatever it is you'd like to hear from that person. And you can still communicate. The form of communication is just different now. It's vibrationally. So let that communication take place and see yourself embracing that person at the end or seeing them filled with light. And then go on with your day, so to speak. That's one way to do it. The other one is to just use the method I outlined in my video on how to connect with the loved one who's passed. Once your body and mind are relaxed, just give yourself the following suggestion. Tonight, I will have a dream of, and say the person's name. I will understand and remember my dream. So tonight while I sleep, I will have a dream of whoever, the person is. I will understand and remember my dream. So that way your subconscious will take these commands you gave it. It'll connect with you with that person while you sleep. And then you'll understand and remember your dream. You could even say more. I will have a loving, positive dream, of whoever the person is. I will understand and remember my dream. And then watch your subconscious do it. Your subconscious is infinitely powerful. You can do so many things. Tell yourself, if you want to try some trippy stuff, put yourself in a relaxed state. Relax your body and mind. And once you're super relaxed, tell yourself, I'm going to count down from 5 to 1. And when I arrive at 1, I'm going to meet myself 1 year in the future. 1 year in the future. And that person, that future me, is going to tell me how to solve my current problems. And try it out. And watch your future self show up and give you some great advice. The power of your subconscious is so beyond your finite comprehension of things, it'll blow your mind when you start practicing this stuff. Even better to create good things. I agree. Can be scary, but you got this. Don't be afraid of anything. Within you is the infinite power of God. It's better and greater than anything that's out in the world. You can create the type of life you want for yourself. Luckily, no. Forget boring. Start to vision your life every day. See yourself going out or coming home from a night out and smiling and feeling good. Show yourself the end result of what it is you want. When I moved to LA, and I wanted to date a lot of women when I had moved up there, I would just visualize the end result. Me calling my friend and telling him about how I just went out with this beautiful woman. So I started visualizing that, and then sure enough, it ends up becoming my reality. I tell him, I said, hey, I just went out with this gorgeous woman. The next day, I just went out with this gorgeous woman. The next day, I just went out. And he's like, are you making this up? I said, no. Now, that was what I was visualizing, and my subconscious started connecting me with all these beautiful women so that would become my life. So visualize. Your subconscious doesn't judge you. Whatever you show it, it'll go to work to make it a reality for you. Thanks, I'm writing this down. Awesome. Good. Okay. You're welcome. We're here to support one another. Had a unfortunate experience for me, English class, and realized that. Okay. A good thing for you to, David, if any of you had a really negative experience at some point in your life, relax your body and relax your mind, and then go back to that negative experience. And then right before it became negative, show yourself it going well. And this will change things in your subconscious. Again, remember, your subconscious doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's false. If I have you all close your eyes, you can try right now. Close your eyes. Everybody close your eyes. And take an easy, gentle breath. And take another easy, gentle breath. So I want you to imagine in your hands, there's a lemon. So there's a ripe yellow lemon. Now imagine this lemon is cut in half and you can see the inside of the lemon. And start to squeeze this lemon a little bit. And you see the juice of the lemon coming forth to the surface. And now imagine you lick this lemon. It's so tart. It's so sour. Really taste it. You see, and squeeze that lemon a little bit more. Let all that juice come out. And now put your mental lemon aside. Take an easy, gentle breath. And allow yourself to come back to the room and back to your bodies. How many of you had your mouth water, even though there was no lemon? Leave me a comment and let me know. And why did your mouth water? Your subconscious controls your bodily functions. There was no lemon in front of you. I'm going to make a video about that. There was no lemon in front of you, but your subconscious saw a lemon and it started reacting. Okay, cool. Where was I going with this? Oh, yeah. So back to that unfortunate experience from early on. Relax your body and mind. Take yourself back to that experience, but see it going the way you wanted it to go. This has a powerful effect on your subconscious. I told a story the other night of one of my friends. He never liked approaching women. And I asked him why. And he said, he's like, I think I'm ugly. And I said, and he wasn't ugly. He's tall, he's built. I'm like, where did you get this idea from? And he said, when I was in 6th grade, or maybe he was younger than that, 3rd grade, he wanted to talk to this girl, the most popular girl in class. And he said, I went up to ask her out. I asked her if she would be my girlfriend. And she said something along the lines to him of, ew, I would never be your girlfriend. You're so ugly. And her and all her friends laughed at him. So that negative experience was from when he was a kid that had no basis in reality now, was operating in his subconscious and causing him to not want to talk to women because he felt he was ugly. Even though all evidence was to the contrary. So what I did is I had him relax his mind and body. I regressed him back to that negative pivotal moment. And instead of it going bad, I had him stop right when he was about to ask her out. And I had him show himself its positive opposite. I had him show himself that she says yes and everybody congratulates and celebrates and everything goes great. After that, he was a new man. He was transformed. I mean, he became so confident. He would go up to any woman, just exuding confidence after that. I think also it was because this had been repressed and built up for so many years, but it totally changed the trajectory of his life. So it's important to do exercises like that. And do that for yourself, David. Absolutely. Within every negative experience, remember, is the seed of an equal or greater positive benefit. So I'm glad you're seeing that. Cool. Okay, let me see. Oh, good. Those imaginary lemons really hit different. Tomorrow I'll make a video on that, just to show everybody the power of your subconscious mind. That sounds weird, but yeah, it's so true. Anybody who's had a sexual thought will know that, there's not a person there, but it has an effect on your body. Your subconscious controls things such as your bodily functions. This negative experience is a seed of progress. Yeah, you use it for growth. Use it to improve. We've all had those things that occurred that seem like as if they were going to be the worst thing that could happen to us, but they ended up being the best thing. That's because of the law of polarity. Within every negative event is the seed of an equal or greater benefit. However negative something seems, that's how much potential for good there is. So use it to grow and improve yourself. Yes. Yes, you should, David. It's all about perception. Absolutely. Help for my person to come back in contact with me faster, and tips keeping mind positive while he's away. So all I would do, Kristen, it's easy. So let's say, I'm assuming you guys aren't broken up. He's just away somewhere. He's out of town. Let me know if you guys are broken up or not. And I would just write out 10 things I like about and list that person. 10 things I like about, whoever the person is. And then I would read that every day, feeling the feelings of positivity towards that person. And I would see the end result, you being with that person, and feel it as if it's taking place now. Don't worry about if your surroundings don't match what it is you're showing yourself. Show yourself that positive image. Read your list. You're putting forth a positive thought vibration that will affect that person, and it'll transform things in your life. And then as you go through the rest of your day, take your mind off your current reality. Just focus on that end result, see it, feel it, and then go do something constructive during the rest of your day and watch how things shift for you. Yes. Absolutely, Oma. Any of us let the past define us? Yeah, the past is the past. What happened in the past is it. A lot of people have this negative feedback loop. They look at the past with regret. They wish that it hadn't happened, and then they just keep repeating it over and over and over again. Don't be like them. I want you to see your future with awe, with anticipation, with enthusiasm. Focus on that, feel that, and that will cause a positive feedback loop, and things will shift for you. That's how winners win and losers lose. When you revel in negativity, then you're being stagnant. Put some gas in the tank and keep going. Absolutely. This is a good group we got here. I like this. I feel for kids. I want to help them get here. An easy thing for kids, realize that until a kid is maybe 14, until a kid is 7, their mind is in an alpha state. It's almost, or maybe even a theta state. It's almost as if they're unconscious or hypnotized. Their subconscious is wide open to positive ideas. So tell them how great they are. Tell them how amazing, how smart, how hardworking. Whatever ideas you want to see them. Spartans, for instance, used to tell their kids how strong they are, how great of warriors they are. Give your kids whatever positive ideas you want to see in them, and watch those positive seeds bring you forth an amazing crop later on in life. And then too for them. Thank you. Okay. Fun question. What are your favorite pens? I'm looking for new ones to grab. They're called, I think, G7. This isn't a G7, but this is a good pen nonetheless. They're these really nice felt pens that I used to sign sales deals with. I really enjoyed writing with them. Begin again. How do I get rid of the fear of a new job? Stacey, Ullman, David, and Tony all need to do a video together. That would be great. That would be great. If we can all get on an Instagram call, I would be super down for that. How do I get rid of the fear of a new job? What is the fear exactly? Is it that you're not going to do well? Is it that you're not going to like the job? Let me know what the fear is. But most importantly, I would just show yourself images of you succeeding. So every day, see yourself doing well at your job, people congratulating you, getting promoted. Show yourself images of a positive nature and watch things improve. a good meditation for you to do is, I have on YouTube, if you type in Tony Namey, Overcome the Fear of Public Speaking. I know it might seem off topic that I'm asking you to listen to it, but it's all about being in front of people and being supported and feeling confident. And it'll really help you with this issue. So, but the main thing is, and also ask yourself, what is my fear? And then write out its positive opposite. If you're worried that you're not going to be proficient at your job, tell yourself, I am proficient. I learn things quickly and easily. I am a genius. I am successful. And start to affirm the positive and show yourself images every day of you succeeding. Your subconscious, again, controls your beliefs, your habits, and your bodily functions. So you want to put it on autopilot for success for you. This is amazing. Thank you. Oh, awesome. Oh, I'm glad this helps. Totally. I'm doing this with my daughter. She's 13. Oh, fantastic. Have your daughter, by the way, say the affirmation to herself every day in every way. I'm getting better, better, and better. And have her say it to herself in the morning and at night and watch things shift. I would have her say that, and I am a genius and I apply my wisdom now. Those are two. Third one, I would make two, well, hold on, they're two separate things. First, I would make a list, 10 things I like about my daughter, and list them out. And you can even put in positive qualities she might not currently possess. And as you see this list and feel this list, your daughter's going to become that list. She's going to express more of those positive qualities, even those ones she might not be currently expressing. And that positive energy that you're putting forth towards her is going to really raise the quality of your relationship. And also, there was one other point I wanted to make about that. It was, you're putting forth this, oh yeah, as you focus on these positive qualities about your daughter, you're going to keep impressing them on your brain cells. My daughter is this, my daughter is this. So those neural pathways, those brain cells are going to keep becoming more and more and more and more. And they're going to vibrate every time you're around your daughter. And what's going to happen is you're going to create this amazing electromagnetic field of positivity in regards to your daughter. And every time she steps into it, she's going to feel uplifted. She's going to feel blessed. She's going to feel as if someone's raining good fortune down upon her. She won't know why, but your relationship will be so great. It'll astound people. So I would do that. And then I would write out my ideal relationship with my daughter and list how you like it to be and see it and feel it every day. And you're putting forth all this positive energy, and it's going to have a hugely beneficial effect on your daughter. You're using the law of attraction, the law of vibration, in a constructive manner by doing that. By the way, that exercise works for anybody. You could do it for your boss, for your spouse, for your brother, for your sister, whoever it is. It works, and it works like magic. It's hugely powerful. My goal is all this. She's incredible. I learned a lot from her too. Absolutely. Children come, I hate saying ums. I'm getting those out of my lexicon. So children come preloaded and pre-coded with so much good. Your job as a parent is just to bring forth that innate potential, not to stifle it. So that's beautiful that you see, that you learn from her and you see the good in her. Thank you. Awesome. I really respect you putting in time to better people and raise their vibe. Appreciate. Oh yeah, absolutely. That's what I'm here for. I want to see people grow. I want to see them be their best. I want you all to live your best lives. You deserve it. One thing I recommend everybody does is start to spend time every day in self-praise. Look at your past and congratulate yourself on the good things that you've done that have brought you to this point. Just the good. Don't focus on the bad. Just the good. I want you to start creating mental states of wellness, of success, of happiness. And start to show yourself where you've succeeded. So many people spend so much time in regret. I don't want you to be one of those people. Show yourself where you won, where you succeeded, how things went great, and watch your life improve. Now, I've been talking for like maybe an hour and 15 minutes or longer. So be that light in the dark world. Absolutely. Be the light that lights up every man, woman, and child. And there's that saying from Jesus, as I rise up, I take all others unto me. And as you rise up in the form of your thoughts and your vibrations, your feelings, your actions, you're going to raise everybody up around you and the entire world. And eat those imaginary lemons, yes. I removed those people. It's made a big difference. Absolutely awesome. Good. So I'm going to wrap up today's session. Today I'm going to finish a little bit earlier just because yesterday I spoke a bunch and tomorrow I have a really constructive work day ahead. So I want to jump on it. Is there any questions or anything any of you need before I go? And if not, then I'm just going to, conclude today's session, and I'll be back on tomorrow around 9:30. So let me know. If not, it's been a pleasure being here with all of you, and I really appreciate. And by the way, if you don't follow me, please be sure to do so. I put up about 1 to 3 videos a day of things that are of a constructive, positive nature, and I have some great videos tomorrow. Yeah, well, okay, Oma, I want to talk about that. Don't worry about society. Right now, what I want you to do is just start focusing on positivity. You can even write my life, what I see in my life, and list it out and see it and feel it. And your subconscious will just bring things to you that are of a constructive nature. You'll zig while other people zag if it's of a negative nature. And it'll be as if you're insulating yourself from the negativity of life. A good affirmation, I got this from the Seth books, and it's also in Jose Silva's work as well, is I will only react to constructive suggestions. 9:30 PST. I'm in California. So, and I put all these talks up on YouTube now, and they'll be on my podcast too. So in case you missed them. But the affirmation is I will only react to constructive suggestions. And that will kind of insulate you from negative ideas and things that people bring to you. They won't affect you. It'll give you some type of defense to the negativity of the world. Absolutely. And as you start to live more in harmony, the people you attract will be more in harmony too. Yeah, I actually, I'm glad you mentioned that, David. Give me 1 second. I want to make sure I didn't miss anybody. Can I end with a prayer? Absolutely. Yeah. I'm glad. I wasn't sure if I should end with a prayer or if I shouldn't. So I'm glad you said that. So I'll do it one for sure. Let me answer David's question and anybody else's questions that are coming up, and then I'll do that for sure. Oh, yeah. I must have missed it, David. Can you share your thoughts on addiction? I'm 18 and I have relatively minor nicotine addiction. Addiction, one thing that you need to do if you're addicted to something is associate a massive amounts of pain to that and massive amounts of pleasure to not doing that. So again, write out what is it all the pain I feel by smoking cigarettes, and write it out nonstop for 5 minutes. Really allow yourself to feel like shit, so to speak, part of my language. But that's going to associate massive amounts of pain to taking that action, and then write out what is all the pleasure I'll feel by being a non-smoker, and write it out for 5 minutes. That same process works for any habit that you want to break, any habit you want to start, and it'll rewire your subconscious to associate massive amounts of pleasure to the new habit, massive amounts of pain to the old one. Now you're in luck, because I actually made, if you type in Tony Namey stop smoking on YouTube, Tony Namey stop smoking, I have an awesome meditation. Awesome. It helped one of my friends got off cigarettes for a short time. He ended up smoking later as his peer group started pressuring him to smoke again. But it is awesome. It is super powerful. As you type in Tony Namey stop smoking, and it'll rewire your subconscious so that you don't want to smoke anymore. Go on YouTube and check it out. And I mean, that thing is heavy duty. And then let me know how it goes. You can write me a testimonial if you like, because you're going to love it. And if you have any other addictions, I have another meditation track. It's called, if you type in Tony Namey, Get Sober, that one will help anybody else on this that has any type of addictions. It'll help you get over those addictions. Yo, what up, Xana? Good to see you on here. Okay, we can try them. Okay, cool. I've never even thought about that. Awesome solution, man. Vaping feels good for a bit, but bad after. One of the reasons that smoking feels good, vaping or anything else, is when you stop to smoke, it's one of the few times that people actually stop and take a deep breath. If you, instead of smoking, just sit down and take 3 big, deep breaths, you're going to feel more relaxed. Obviously, nicotine has a psychological or a physiological effect. However, just breathing in and of itself. Remember, we did the power poses earlier where you looked up and breathed in through your nose, and you did that for 3 breaths or a minute. If you go and do that for 2 minutes instead of smoking, it'll have a beneficial effect on you. So try and do that. Also, if you're smoking a lot, you can do the tapering system. Let's say you smoke 10 cigarettes a day. Do 10, and then 9 the next day, then 8, then 7, then 6, then 5, then 4. I did this with a lot of my friends who are alcoholics. I would have them do a tapering system, And it might take them a week or two, but by the end, they didn't want to drink anymore. And usually by the time they got to a small amount, they would just go cold turkey as well. So that's one way to do things. Yeah, I would say that. Cool. Awesome. Yep, I agree. Absolutely. Yeah, for a lot of people, it's a crutch or a way to relax. Nicotine is hard, though, because it's literally meant to be addictive. Absolutely. Yep. But when you do that exercise, again, your subconscious controls things like your beliefs, your habits, your bodily functions. When you associate massive amounts of pain to doing it and massive amounts of pleasure to not smoking, you're going to feel way, way better. You won't want to do it because subconsciously you'll have reprogrammed yourself. And that's where you want to program yourself. So, okay. Let me know. Anybody else? A great question, by the way. Is there any other questions? And for those of you who are watching this, if you type in Tony Namey Meditations or just Tony Namey and go to my YouTube channel, click Meditations, then I have a number of meditations for a variety of areas that could really help you out. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's a few seconds of relaxation. So instead of doing that, just go and sit and take a few deep breaths and allow yourself to relax. Now, okay, it's almost 11 o'clock. So I'm going to wrap up this session. So yeah, perfect. So I'm going to take us all through prayer. I'll pray us out. So be sure to stick around for the prayer because it's always good. And then I'll let us go on our day. So go ahead and sit or lie. Oh, I have a question. In order to feel something that happened to happen. Oh, yeah, I think, Yasna, good to see you on here. You asked me this earlier. I didn't get to you because I get... Oh, sorry. I should have answered it right away. So I have a question. In order to feel something that hasn't happened, can we only feel it once? Yes. I'll say yes and no, and I'll explain what I mean by that. So, got it. You already know just about willpower and inner peace keeps elevated. Oh, awesome. All right, cool. Thank you. Do we have to feel something only once? So Neville Goddard says, if you can see the end result and you can feel it, and you can feel it as if it's taking place, that's it. It's going to take place. He said you only need to do it once. It's like a woman getting pregnant. She only needs to get pregnant once. She doesn't have to keep getting pregnant. Your job, though, is once you've impregnated your subconscious with the idea of what it is you want, to not think something contrary or focus on something contrary to what that positive idea is and mess up your vibration or mess up your attraction. So focus on what it is you want, see it and feel it, and that way you attract to yourself the end result. I like to show it to myself every day because I think of it as if I've planted a seed and I'm watering it and it's starting to grow, and also it puts me in a better state and it keeps me motivated or inspired to work towards what I want. So I show it to myself every day, but either one can work. The main thing, though, is how much feeling it has. The more feeling that the image has, the faster it gets impressed on your subconscious and the quicker you'll manifest it, because the more feeling something has, the more those brain cells within you regarding that image are vibrating, and the higher your vibration will be and the more impact it'll have on those people who are bringing to you whatever it is that you want. Also, remember, there's a gestation period for everything. A child takes 9 months. Your image might take a certain amount of time. So I like to show it to myself daily, but you can just show it to yourself once if that's easier for you. Try to chase that, but it will never come back. I'm not sure what you mean by that, Oma, but let me know, and I'll discuss it. And then let me know if that answers your question, Yasna. I am not sure what to say to that, Oma. I think we romanticize. Okay, cool. So, all right, we got just a few people left. I think when I told everybody I was going to pray, half the room left. But you all stuck around, so I appreciate that. So thank you for being here. I'll include them in the prayer too. They'll get the blessing. So I'm going to pray us out now. Unless somebody has any other questions. But let's all go ahead and close our eyes now. And you can sit or lie down if you want to. There's nothing you need to do right now. Oh, okay, perfect. Thank you. So go ahead and close your eyes. And let's all just take an easy, gentle breath. And take another deep cleansing breath, just letting go of anything that came before this moment. And take one more deep cleansing breath, just breathing in the breath of God now. And I begin all prayers with gratitude to anchor in the right feeling tone. So I am grateful. Grateful to have been here, to have spent this time together. Grateful for this positive group that showed up, for the communion, the connection, for the discussion, for the insights and inspiration that took place during this time. Grateful for all that took place. And I recognize that there was only one thing taking place back of our activity, and that is the activity of God. And I recognize that that activity is good. God is infinite intelligence and wisdom. God is infinite love and joy, that divine love that always gives of itself, not based on any conditions. You do something for me and I do something for you, but it is that fully expressive love, that total love that is just always being itself. I recognize that God is power and grace. It is the only power, the greatest power in the universe, and there is nothing that can stop the flow of God's good. It is the only game in town, so to speak. And in this moment, I am one with the power and grace of God. I am one with the infinite intelligence and wisdom. I am one with the divine love and joy. All that God is, I am now. And as I know this to be true of me, I know this to be the absolute truth of every viewer right here and right now, and everybody who tuned into this live stream today. We are now tuned into the divine wellspring that is God's good. I know that right where you are, I claim and call forth such love for you, such joy for you, such beauty for you, that from this moment forward, your life takes a new tenor. It takes on a new quality, a new hue, one of opulence, one of infinite love, one of infinite joy, so bright and so beautiful. I claim and call forth such divine love and joy for you right here and right now, that from this moment forward, you live, move, and have your being in love and joy. You wake up every day in enthusiasm. You sleep every day in gratitude, excited about the day ahead. I claim and call for such infinite good for you right here and right now, that God's grace flows through you. You are divinely guided by the infinite intelligence and wisdom of God to that which is best, highest, and right for you in every moment of time and space. I claim and call forth such power, God's power, that you rise up above the thought forms, the frequencies of fear, doubt, limitation, and not enoughness, and instead you reside with the Most High, infinite love, infinite joy, infinite abundance, infinite success, infinite wisdom, infinite intelligence, infinite brilliance, the totality of God's good flowing through your life right here and right now. I claim and call forth for you such a life of light, of love, of joy and beauty, that people will look at you with awe, with wonderment. People will wonder, what is your secret? How is it that you go from good to greater good, from glory to greater glory? And I know what your secret is. You are in tune with the infinite now. You are God guided and God directed. This infinite power is now raising you up. God's grace flows through you. So you are always in the right place at the right time, doing the right thing. You make the most of opportunity. Opportunities are created out of nothing into something for you. From this moment forward, good after good, ever expanding good, done in an atmosphere of love and joy. From this moment forward is what is your life now. So I give thanks that as you go forward, I give thanks that the Spirit of God goes forward ahead of you, making the bumpy road smooth, the high mountains flat, the curved road straight. I give thanks that as you go forward in a new octave, attracting to you better people, places, situations, circumstances, and events than you've ever experienced before. I give thanks that as you go forward, there is a new spring in your step, that you are God guided, you are source fueled and funded by the infinite love and joy that is God. I give thanks that as you go forward, the infinite intelligence and wisdom connects you with the right people, the right places, the right situations, circumstances, and events in every moment of time and space. Your life is the life of God now. So I give thanks for this good. I give thanks for that which is now taking place. I give thanks for this divine activity that is now occurring in your life. And I release this prayer. Oh, it is done now. It is done powerfully. It is done gracefully. It is done lovingly and joyfully. Infinite intelligence and wisdom guides you and directs you now. The beauty and brilliance of God are yours in this moment. So I release this prayer. I take my hands off it. I allow it to be. And knowing it does not return empty nor void, but it is answered in better, brighter ways than anything I could have said. It was answered before I even asked. And I say, and so it is. Amen. Oh, absolutely, Jenny. And thank you everybody for tuning in today. So Jenny, I'm going to repeat for you how to connect with the loved one that's passed on. I had mentioned this earlier. So the first thing that you need to do is relax your body. And thank you again, everyone, for joining in on the live. That was awesome today. So first you want to relax your body. And then from there, you want to relax your mind. You're welcome, and thank you too. So to relax your body, sit or lay down, and then go through the various parts of your body, just relaxing everything. Relax your face, relax your head, relax your chest, but say it in a soothing voice. I'm going to relax my chest, relax my chest. I'm going to relax my back, relaxing my back. Oh, much love to you too. So after you relax your entire body, begin to relax your mind. To relax your mind, count down from 30 to 1 or 50 to 1, telling yourself that you're going to become more relaxed with every number that you count. The reason that you want to relax your mind is you have your conscious mind and your subconscious. Your conscious mind, there's time and space. There's me, there's you. We're in this third dimensional reality. Your subconscious knows no time and space. It's infinitely intelligent, it's infinitely powerful, and it's everywhere. Your subconscious, the infinite intelligence of your subconscious mind connects everyone with everything. So you want to relax your conscious mind so that the trap door to your subconscious can begin to open, and you can plant in it the following idea. And the idea is this. Tell yourself, you can do this at night before sleeping. Tonight, while I sleep, I will connect with and say your loved one's name. Tonight, while I sleep, I will connect with and say your loved one's name. I will understand and remember my dreams. You want to understand whatever it is that the person is saying, and you want to remember the dream. So that's the steps. Awesome. So I will, tonight while I sleep, I will connect with, say the person. I will understand and remember my dreams. That's one way to connect with a loved one. I posted that video and a number of people wrote me about how many of their loved ones showed up. If it doesn't work for you the first time, it's okay. Keep practicing. Relaxation is the key. You can also type in Tony name or just type in theta sound on Silva theta sound on YouTube. Theta is a state of mind that occurs when you're under deep hypnosis or that occurs when you're dreaming at night. You can play that sound in the background and it'll make your mind begin to synchronize with the theta rhythm, and theta being that state of consciousness, and then walk yourself through that process and then give yourself those ideas. That's an easy way to do it. You'll have given your subconscious these positive ideas and it'll make it a reality. That's one. Two, I recommend playing that theta sound in the background as a tool to assist you, and then do the same processes I outlined in regards to relaxing your mind and relaxing your body. And then once you're totally relaxed and you feel at peace and the trapdoor to your subconscious is open, so to speak, call to mind, imagine your mind's eye, the person that's passed away. So it could be whoever it is. And you can place your hands on your heart if you like, if it helps, and see yourself sending love to that person, and then see that person sending love back to you. And say whatever it is that you want to say to that person, and imagine that person saying whatever they want to say. Some of the messages that people get when they do this exercise blow their minds. I've had people come up with tremendous healings with parents that were abusive that passed on, and that they explain things from a higher perspective once they've passed on. So this can be a really powerful exercise for you. And then you can see yourself embracing that person after, and then bring yourself out of the session. It's a great way to connect with a loved one that's passed on. It's hugely therapeutic. You can connect with those people. Some people will say, no, this is not true. Thank you for the gift. But you can't. Thoughts are things. The way you communicate with people on the other side is via vibration. So by putting forth that loving vibration, it'll reach that person. So try it out. It works like magic, and the dream technique works. I first did it for myself to connect with one of my close friends that passed away. And it worked. And then after that, I thought I would share it with other people, and it works. This isn't some airy-fairy stuff. Your subconscious is infinitely intelligent, infinitely powerful. It knows no time and space, and it can connect you with whoever it is that you like. Oh, awesome. You're welcome. So let me know if anybody else has any questions, if there's anything else you want me to discuss before we call it a night for tonight. Can you use it to connect with people who haven't? Absolutely. You can use it. So just the same process. Relax your body. Great question, by the way. Relax your body. Relax your mind. bring that person to your mind's eye and start to talk to that person as if they were in front of you. Tell them how much you love them, whatever it is. And if you want, this, by the way, is the way to heal a friend. See them telling you how great they're doing, how awesome their life is, and congratulate them on, yeah, I will in a little bit. See them telling you how awesome their life is, how great they're doing, and then that'll have a positive effect on them. But you can absolutely connect with a friend who hasn't passed on. Just bring them to your mind's eye, send them love, tell them positive things, tell them you want to connect, and watch what happens. Or visualize you two connecting. See the end result, excuse me, my voice just cracked. See the end result of what it is you want. See it and feel it, you two, hanging out again, having a blast. And if it's right for you, then you two will definitely connect. Awesome, thanks, because I've been depressed of not seeing my loved aunt like a mom. It was a fast passing. Yeah. A great book for you to read is Testimony of Light by Helen Greaves. You can either find it online, or if you click Linktree, click the link in my bio and click my top recommended books, it's in there. Fantastic book, and it gives a very logical explanation as to what happens when we pass on. And I typically buy that book for friends of mine if they lose a loved one. I give it to them because it tends to have a really therapeutic effect on them. So that's a good book and a good question. So it's A Testimony of Light by Helen Greaves. You can find it online for free, or you can get it from Amazon. And then, all right, cool. So I think I'm going to wrap up for today. Anything else before I go, or anything else that anyone needs assistance with before we call it a night? And again, thank you, everybody. It's been a pleasure. It's been an honor. Oh, thank you for the gift. I appreciate it. Okay, cool. So I'll be back on tomorrow around 9:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm in California. In the meantime, your homework assignment. I'm going to give you all of your homework assignment. You're not getting off scot-free. Yes. I go live in California. At 9:30 p.m. California time, Pacific Standard Time. And thank you. So this is your homework assignment. And I want you to do this for at least 21 days. Before you go to sleep every night, I want you to see the end result and feel the end result of what it is you want from your life. See yourself being who you want to be. See yourself doing what you want to do. See yourself living where you want to live. See it and feel it. The 2/3 that you're awake, are dictated by that 1/3 that you're asleep. Most people don't. They just go to sleep, and they go to sleep in whatever type of state they're in, not giving any conscious thought to what they're giving their subconscious before they sleep. Don't be one of these people. I want you to impregnate your subconscious, for lack of a better word, or impress it with whatever it is that you want to see in your life, and let it work on that for the next 8 to 10 hours as you sleep, and watch things begin to shift in your body, your mind, and in your life. It'll create what other people will think are miracles for you. What is the name of the book you just mentioned? It's Testimony of Light by Helen Greaves. All you have to do is click the link tree in my bio, and then click my top books. It's the very first one, and you can get it through Amazon. So again, tonight your homework assignment is to show your subconscious what it is you want, and do this for at least the rest of the month. Every night when you go to sleep, see and feel the end result of what it is you want. You being who you want to be, doing what you want to do, and watch things shift in your life. So on that note, I am off to go rest. You all sweet dreams, everybody. I know you're going to have sweet dreams because you're going to show your subconscious what it is you want, and tell yourself, I'm going to have powerful, positive, constructive dreams while I sleep tonight. And if you don't, Artie's here. What's up, Artie? That's my boy. He's one of my really good friends. So I'm glad you're here. I hope I can come back to you tomorrow and say your advice worked. Absolutely. I'm here, and it will work. Other people have demonstrated it, and you will too. So Artie, if you have any questions, feel free to ask me whatever it is you like. So so try it out, and also tell yourself before you go to sleep, I'm going to have healthy, constructive dreams. I'm going to have powerful, positive dreams, and remember my dreams, and watch what shows up. Your subconscious will educate you or uplift you while you sleep. It's a real uplifting process and a real eye-opener. You can also call in if you want to work with various teachers. You can do that. You can tell yourself, tonight I'll connect with whoever it is that's passed on. They'll come into my dreams and teach me how to be a better person. Whatever it is, there's nothing that's off limits. You're dealing with an infinite intelligence and power. So really run wild with it. I've connected with some amazing teachers who have given me some great content while I sleep, as crazy as it sounds. So run with it and see what happens. So, all right, I am off to go to sleep. Thank you, everybody, for a great discussion today. This was awesome. I appreciate you all. And tune in tomorrow. Be sure to follow me if you don't. How can I suppress a person I wish to stop dreaming like a stalker or abuser? Tell yourself, I will only dream healthy, constructive dreams, subconscious. Give it a command the same way a king would give a command to one of its servants or a general would command one of its soldiers. Tell it, subconscious, while I sleep tonight, I will only dream healthy, constructive dreams. I will have peaceful, relaxing, deep sleep. And give it these ideas and watch. It'll go to work and you'll have healthy, constructive dreams. That's how you do it. And you can tell it anything else, subconscious, make me healthier, make me richer, make me whatever it is. And it'll take any idea you give it and it'll start to manifest it in your life. Thank you for the gift. Awesome. So, and by the way, if you don't follow me, please do. I usually put up about 1 to 3 videos a day of this type of content. So I'm here to help you. I want to see you grow. I want to see you live your best life. So awesome. So yeah, be sure to follow me. And now I'm going to sign off before any more questions come in so I can go relax and call it a night. So thank you all, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Cool. Maybe if I go earlier, but the thing is, oh, let me stop that.